Okay, we have just a few more minutes in the exciting life of Roosty 6 here. What's going on here? A little bit of weekend activities. I had some help and a cameraman going on, so thought we'd record a little bit of what's happening out in the pasture. I guess in the interest of not putting my hand into the hammer mill anymore, grinding this alfalfa hay, I decided to try spreading some of it out on the ground in the pasture and see if the cattle will eat it that way. Once we got the net wrap cut off of there and figured out which way to roll it, it worked not too bad, but it's a bit of a learning process. It seemed to spread out not too bad. It actually took off down the hill, and I thought it was going to get away and roll into the fence. But it stopped eventually, and I kept pushing and pushing, and eventually I got to the point where it wouldn't unroll anymore, so I left the smallest central core up on the hilltop, and I noticed a day or so later the bull had got at it and pushed it around and spread it out some. They did appear to be eating it, so there are a lot of leaves and edible material inside there, but getting past the coarse, overripe stems is the hard part. Hopefully, rolled out this way, they're able to get at it and get some benefit out of it. Grass is trying to grow, but it's very slow. We really haven't had any measurable rain since the snow left. So the old hilltop is chewed down pretty bare, as you can see in the picture. I think I got a still picture here showing the first crocus we've seen of the spring season. They always grow out on this prairie hill around the old thrashing machine. This is original prairie wool. This ground has never been broken since, well, ever. And I like to keep it that way because you don't find much unbroken prairie. Anyway, that's basically what we did on the weekend. Well, actually, there was a whole lot of other activity too, but this was the only part that got recorded, so I'm going to shift over here to another subject in a few minutes, so stay tuned for more. Harrow. This is some chem fallow that has worked twice last year, and it's a little on the rough side, quite a lot of wheat straw trash, so I'm going to smooth it out and spread the straw in anticipation of rain coming later today. That's what they're forecasting anyway, so the more I get done before the rain, the better I'll like it. Still working with injured fingers. Coming along slowly, improving. Okay, continuing on. We'll see how it goes. Okay, quitting time. 5:22. Actually, it's early, but I finished the field. Rain has not come to pass. Not yet, anyway. field has 120 acres in it, I believe. Just thinking, the first time I worked this field was also harrowing. I was driving a Cockshuck 40 open tractor up in the ways and dust, pulling a 10 section harrow, diamond harrow, 30 feet, which seemed big at the time. I came in from that, cold, windburned, covered in dust, ears ringing from the noise, and I thought that was just the greatest thing ever. That's over 50 years ago. Anyway, that's probably going to wrap up this video. Hopefully the raid will get here tonight. We could sure use it. The Field King auger over there had a good test this past week. We loaded 2 semis of wheat and 1 of canola, and handled another 200 bushels of seed wheat with it, and it worked really good up until the last load. The carburetor started acting up like it was not getting the gas, so it's probably going to need to have the carb taken off, cleaned up, and hopefully that will make it run good as new. Overall, it's pretty good, pretty satisfactory. Load the semi in, I don't know, 35, 40 minutes, which is pretty good for a 7-inch auger. Anyway, time to waste them. Thanks for hanging around to the end of this video, and stay tuned for the next one from the Roosty 6 channel.